one winter morning. I remember it was a Sunday morning. I was lying in my bed. I was snoring, fast asleep. And then my wife just jumped out of bed. Bing! Wake up, wake up, wake up, she said. I thought, oh, why, what's happened? Oh, yes, I know. It's Amrit Vela. I have to do Amrit Vela. Yes, she said, yes, we do have to do Amrit Vela, but today we're going somewhere special. I started thinking, somewhere special? I was half awake and half asleep. I scratched my head. I stroked my beard. I thought, Oh, I said, are we going to Harmandir Sahib, the Golden Temple? No, she said. Are we going to somebody's wedding? No. Are we going to a Christmas party? No. Where are we going? She said, well, get ready, get dressed, and I'll tell you. I says, yes, but I need to know, where are we going? She says, well, I'll tell you where we're going. Today, we're going to the car boot sale. The car boot sale? I said, I don't want to go to the car boot sale. People bring all their junk and then we buy their junk. I'm not going to buy somebody else's junk. No way. But my wife put her hands on her hips and said, Mr. Singh, get ready, do your part, and we're going to the car boot sale. Sometimes my wife says I'm like a big kid because I get into moods. I started saying, I don't want to go to a car boot sale. I don't like car boot sales. I don't want to go. She said, stop moaning, stop groaning, get ready, get in the car, and let's go to the car boot sale. Well, I had to do as I was told. I got ready. I wasn't in a good mood. But off we went to the car boot sale. I've never been to a car boot sale before, but when I got there, I was surprised. So many people, so many cars, people buying things and people selling things. I just followed my wife. Wherever she went, I went behind her. Then we came to this table. I looked on the table. There were hundreds of little things. I saw this cup and I just picked it up and I looked at it. I said, wow, that's beautiful. And then I heard this voice. It said, I wasn't always this beautiful, you know. I turned round and looked behind me. I said, who said that? He said, shh, it's me. I said, where are you? Where are you? He said, shh, I'm in your hands. I said, you, the cup? He said, yes. He says, shall I tell you a little story? Oh, I said, yes, please. I like stories. He says, well, listen carefully and don't interrupt. I said, okay, tell me the story. He says, well, when I started my life, I was just a lump of clay. And the potter got hold of me and he squashed me in his hands. And he squashed me and he squashed me and squashed me and squashed me. And after about 5 minutes, I said, ouch, ow, ah, ouch, stop it, please stop it. But he just kept squashing me. I said, ow, stop it, please, I beg you, stop it. But he just kept squashing me and he just kept saying, no, not yet. Wow, I said, he sounds like a mean person. Shh, don't interrupt. Okay, sorry. He says, after about 20 minutes of squashing me in his hands, he picked me up and he put me on this table. I could see there were 2 buttons, a red one and a green one. And then he pressed the green button. And all of a sudden, it went do, 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 do. And I started spinning round. At first I thought, wow, this is good. I'm going round like a merry-go-round. But after a few minutes, I said, can you stop it now, please? Because I'm getting dizzy. But instead of stopping, the potter got a jug of water and he poured it all over me. I said, stop it, please stop it. I'm getting soaked here. I'm getting dizzy. Please stop it. I beg you, stop it. But all he kept saying was, no, not yet. After 20 minutes of spinning me around, he pressed the red button and it slowed down and stopped. The next thing he did was very carefully, very gently, he picked me up and he took me to the other side of the room. There was like a big house with a little door and a tiny window. He opened the door very carefully and very gently. He put me inside. It was quite warm inside, quite cozy actually. But then he closed the door and he locked the door. I could see him through the tiny window. There were 2 buttons, a red one and a green one. And then he pressed the green button. As soon as he pressed the green button, I looked up. Oh my goodness me! Fire was coming from above. I looked to my left, fire from the left, and fire to my right. I screamed. I said, stop it, please stop it. There's fire from every direction. Stop it. I beg you, stop it. Please let me out. But I could see him looking through the window, waving his finger and saying, no, not yet. After about 20 minutes, he came back and he pressed the red button and all the fire went back. He very carefully opened the door, very gently and very softly picked me up and took me to his bench. I kept my eye on him. I watched him. He picked up the tins and he put them on the bench. He took a screwdriver and he opened the tins. Poor, what a smell. Then he opened the drawer and he took out this wooden thing with a hairy thing on the end and he dipped it in the tin. And then he came up to me and he went like this and he tickled me. I said, stop it, it tickled. And he tickled me again. I said, stop it. I said, stop it. Please stop it. I beg you, you're tickling me. You're tickling me. Stop it. I beg you, stop it. Instead of stopping, he kept saying to me, no, not yet. After about 20 minutes of tickling me, I was exhausted. But then very carefully, very gently, he picked me up and he took me to the other side of the room into that house. Oh, I said, don't put me in that house again, please. I didn't like it in that house. I don't like it in there. But he put me inside. He closed the door. He locked the door. He pressed the green button. Fire from the top, fire from the side, fire from the other side. I screamed. I said, please stop it. Please let me out. 20 minutes later, he came back. He pressed the red button. The fire stopped. He opened the door very carefully, very gently. He picked me up and he put me on his bench. He went to the bottom drawer and took out this silver thing, and then he held the silver thing next to me. As soon as I looked at that silver thing, I said, "Wow, that's beautiful." He said, "Do you like it?" He says, "It's you. I've just made you beautiful." He says, "Do you know this morning when I picked you up and I squashed you in my hands and you said, 'Stop it, stop it, stop it, please stop it'?" He said, "If I would have listened to you, I would have stopped it. Somebody would have come along and said, 'Oh, look, a lump of clay.'" He says, "You know, when I was spinning you around and you said, 'Stop it, I'm getting dizzy.' He said, if I'd have listened to you, somebody would have come along and said, 'Oh, look, somebody was going to make something out of this clay. It's a shame they haven't finished it off.' They would have picked you up and put you in the bin." He says, "You know, when I put you in that house, that was the kiln to dry you out properly. You screamed, 'Don't put me in there, please let me out.' He said, if I listened to you, I would have stopped the machine, I would have taken you out. And before long, all these little cracks would have developed. Somebody would look at you and say, 'Oh, what a shame.' That's no use to anybody." He says, "You know, when I was tickling you and you said, 'Stop it, that's when I was painting these beautiful patterns on you.' He said, if I'd have listened to you, I said, 'Okay, then stop it.' Somebody would have come along and said, 'Oh, look, somebody was going to paint a beautiful pattern. They haven't finished it off.' That's no use to anybody." He says, "You know, when I put you in the kiln for the second time and you said, 'Please, I beg you, stop it. But if I had listened to you, I would have stopped. And somebody would have come along and would have picked you up and said, 'Oh, look at that lovely cup. I think I'll make myself a cup of tea. Oh, I'll just give it a wash first.' And as soon as they would have washed you, all the paint would have come off on their hands. Ew, that's no good to me. That's no use to anybody. They would have picked you up and put you in the bin." He says, "Now that I've finished, when somebody picks you up, the first thing they will say, 'Wow, that's beautiful.'" I said, "Well, that's exactly what I said." I said, "Oh, I think I will buy this." I said to the woman, I said, "Excuse me, madam, how much is this cup?" "Oh," she said, "I don't know where that cup's come from. You can have it for 50 pence. Wow, I thought to myself, a talking cup, a magic cup for 50 pence? Oh, I said, "Yes, please." She says, "Come on, let me wrap it up for you." I says, "Thank you." I gave her the 50 pence. She gave me the cup. I put it in my pocket. When we got home, I said to my wife, "Mrs. Singh, sit down." My wife said, "Now what have you got? What are you going to tell me? What are you going to show me?" I said, shh, just watch this. Watch this. I took out the cup. I unwrapped the cup. I held it in my hand and I said, "You're beautiful." "I think you're very beautiful." "I think you're very beautiful." And my wife looked at me and she said, "Huh, you've never said that to me." I said, "Yeah, but I said it to the cup this morning and it told me a story." "Oh," she says, "Mr. Singh, you and your stories, everything you touch, everything you see, you think it's a story." Well, I don't know if it was my imagination or if it was the cup that was talking to me, but it made me think how God is our potter and how he has made everybody and everything beautiful.